I'm expecting to do well here, but of course they have good defense against me and flak guns, which are good against my rockets. Let's go into overview. Okay. Getting quite a bit of damage, even though it's a very defensive ship, but it's got crazy beams as well, so it's already taking them down. How we're doing elsewhere is a big question. Not that well, especially on the flank. Already taking them out. The heroes. Yeah, my rockets just don't do good damage. I think then they went turtle as well, so they get into short range on the last phase. And I can't even fire back with torpedoes in the last phase when they get into short. So I've got a feeling I'm not going to win this again, sadly. Kind of relying on all that. I'm even losing more ships. And I'm not taking them out. Oof. This is a problem. If they get reinforcements as well, right, I took 3 ships down. I can't afford to stick my arc in the next combat. It's too damaged. So yeah, problem. Okay, I'm gonna make a change to my card then. Let's come in here. Let's put in Grim Recycling. Here. Confirm changes. I think I might have to use my vampire fleet here. Attack it now, get the numbers down even more. Does this have manpower still? 251. Yeah, it's on 0, so once I take down the fleet, they won't get any support. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with this then. So they are all rockets, which do really poorly against these, but well, let's go for it. Let's go to advanced. Let's go barrage fire. They've lost the use of that flotilla. So what to do? Do I go all the way down the center, or do I stick it all of them over there to avoid? Well, they can shoot over there because they got flak, I think. Right, I'm gonna take a minute out to reposition these. I've got a lot of ships. My ships have been moved around, so I've basically got all transfusions on this fleet, so they probably won't get targeted unless all of these get wiped out. All of these are vampires, and that's a vampire. Expecting to lose that one, might lose quite a lot of that. They should hopefully be safe. Even if I take the numbers down a bit, this will probably be worthwhile doing. I really don't need these ships arguably all that much. I won't watch the combat, I'll just do barrage fire. I believe that's the best option here. So let's fight. Hopefully I can take something down. Not really is the answer to that. Yeah, the defense is very, very good. So I'm just, yeah, the defense is just wrecking me. So 2,000, 3,000. Next to nothing damage really, and I lost 4 vampires. So that was barely worthwhile, maybe worthwhile. But they're down to 2 flotillas now, that's going to be important. Yeah. But I kind of need to get more ships up here straight away. I might take the... Well, I had some transfusion ships come back over here. I kind of need to bring a Seeker with this fleet and get it up there. That's kind of what I need to do. Let's bring those down here. Right, let's take out those gouge. There's those there. Those there. Okay, I think I can, well, I'll group up all of these. I should be able to move one of my Seekers, got that. Well, all 3 of them I can probably move over there at this point. So it's just a case of grouping them up in the right place. If I get it to there, it'll probably take me 1 turn if I've got enough transfusion ships. It's just a case of if I do have enough. Right, I think there's one more big combat to do over here, which isn't all that important probably. What is that? Guess I'll attack that. Barrage fire do just nicely. Okay.
Your offensiveness strives.
Right. And let's attack here. Right. Looks like we've got to reorganize a tiny bit. No, I'll just do... I'll go diplomatic community actually now. So I think, yeah, some transfusion are in here, which I wouldn't really want, but I'm gonna have to keep them in now because I didn't take them out. They were treated. Okay. Right. With my ships then, what I'm gonna do is place whatever new module I got on. Replace the modules. And did I get anything else? I got that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it on or not. Alright, I'll take a minute out to do that and also do my build list. Okay, systems management for the turn. This turn I had to buy an absolute ton of resources, antimatter and Hyperium in the main. So I'm building a ton of transfusion ships over here, just in case they, well, will help in me getting my fleet up towards the end, falling a bit quicker, just making an absolute ton, finishing off that brand ship as well. Other than that, a few buildings, but in the main I'm actually doing Holy Proliferation because I would be going over a ton of my essence amount this turn if I don't use that, so I might as well get the extra population. If we check out the marketplace, you can see I bought 200 Hyperium and 35 antimatter. So with my ships as well, I literally just swapped over my old shields, whichever design happened to be that one or the previous obsolete one, for that one, the new one, which I just picked up. Apart from in the racks case where it used to be all shields, now I switched it over to all plating. Apart from that, this actually is excellent compared to those. That's only projectile defense of 35. That is 84 energy defense, so this is miles better than those individually, so that looks quite balanced. I could of course go for that tech to improve my projectile defense significantly. It's only 48 actually there, but yeah, I want to go for that, but I'm not going to get it in time I think. So other than that, movement wise, I've every ship in the area I've moved towards Zine in this area. And yeah, gonna come across there with energy fleets in hopefully next turn. I'm gonna have to use a Seeker though, so I gotta remember to do that. I've upgraded everything I can, every ship I can all over the place that's on orbiting one of my systems, like that fleet for example. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. Alright, what else is going on? Am I keeping that there? Probably shouldn't do actually, so I'll bring this one down to there and leech. I brought those ships over to there to leech this turn. Okay. That one sadly ran out of movement, so I couldn't bring it back, but it's blockading, so that's, yeah, good probably anyway. Can't attack here now, because I've already attacked, haven't I? Over here, well, I upgraded both heroes, so there, well, I'll come and show you. Yeah, I swapped over the defense, and I've switched to these antimatter close range guns. That's the only difference. Did that for both the heroes. So I think, what should I do with these then? I mean, I could keep it there, protecting it. I don't think I will. I could go back to help that out. Or I could try and wipe out the Lumaris' last system, couldn't I? Which wouldn't be a bad idea. Can I get down in turn for both of them? Yeah, I can. Yeah, we'll do that then, shall we? I should still be able to move my Seekers next turn. If I can't, then I've made a mistake by doing this, but I'm pretty sure I can take them off. We'll see, I guess. Okay. Let's lock down. Looks like a support ship. This leech, I've actually even got more now. Let's attack that. Let's siege it up. And yeah, I don't think I can do anything more over there. Should be safe, hopefully. I do have some ships there. I think the ground combat was defeated pretty much. Right, I'm going to end the turn after I've done this, basically. Okay. Hopefully next turn will be the last turn, but we'll see. Alright. Let's end the turn. Maybe I should have taken that arc out of that fleet. If I lose that, then that costs me time, because I'd have to get another arc over. Can't really afford to attack with it. It's kind of crucial that I get this fleet up here. Human victory, your alliance is close to achieving supremacy.
Your offensiveness drives Horatio to anger and distraction.
Horatio's still angry. Right, so let's protect that system. Right, it's blockaded. I saw some of their ships come over here. They should be racing back there, but they're bad mistake by the AI. Right, let's close that. Population, ton went up because I did a ton of stuff. Don't know where I'm gonna make the arc yet. Let's refuse that. Okay, so let's group. Well, take those out. Let's take those out. Let's take those out. So I guess I'll move on. Got a couple of ships there, but shouldn't be an issue, hopefully. Let's bring those up. Let's bring those up to there. Okay, group those up. Okay. Right, so can I upgrade anything here? Those transfusion have better shields, so yeah, I'll do those. Might as well. Alright, and that one. Okay, so let's stick on What exactly? I'm gonna stick my energy here over here if possible. This fleet is busy. Well, that's not a good sign. Oh, yeah, I can stick that one. Fine. 27 movement. Oh, she's got a massive movement bonus as well. That's gonna help. So, 1 turn. Yeah, easily done. Probably don't even need that many transfusion ships after all. Okay. So let's come over to this part of the map. That is here now. Let's anchor. So many capitals are we on anyway? Victory. Well, that took it to 7, so it's just the unfallen capital now. Right. Probably need to reorganize that for combat. Stick the hero. So that's, yeah, okay, let's take out these transfusions here. Let's take out everything there. Let's take that back out. Okay, want him. Right, I'll attack that. This isn't all that important, but I'll get it out the way. Right, let's go to advanced. They're using those 2 flotillas. I'll use diplomatic immunity. They are not well suited against me now at all. Oh, I actually don't have. I'll do barrage. I thought I had the shield here. I don't, do I? So let's stick that there. Stick that there. Stick that there. I'll do. Fight. Could stick the transfusions in that flotilla actually. Need to take them out. Right, it's done. That's on 0, isn't it? So siege. Guerrilla. And I believe that was the last Lumeris colony, so they are wiped out. Well, they got some ships over here. I don't know how long it would take. Sometimes it takes ages for it to pop up. Sieging over there, but that's not an issue. Right, let's figure out this situation then over here. Okay, so 6 rack ships. Let's take out those combat ships and stick them in there. Leeches, a brand ship. Ooh, that just wrecked the movement. Transfusion. Two leeches. Don't know why they're up here, to be honest. Okay, so that's down to 12, but if I stick in those, should be okay for the movement. And I think I've got all the combat ships. Okay, so let's come up here. 1 turn. Seekers are very, very useful. Much better than Guardians because the movement's so important in this game and, well, every strategy game. I mean, if Sun Tzu says that movement's important, then you should pay attention, basically. So, maneuverability or whatever he said in his Art of War book. Right, anyway, let's start attacking then. So, that looks pretty good. Do I want to take anything out of that fleet? There's a shield in there. and gouge ships, but they're old designs. Rex, gouge, brand, one shield. Yeah, it should be enough. We'll attack with that. And we'll definitely watch this one. It's kind of the crucial battle now. Okay. So 2 flotillas only. Alright, I'm going to go diplomatic immunity. Could go grim recycling. Yeah, should I go grim recycling? I think I will. So we'll stick the shield ship and the hero down the middle. I'll have that over there. We'll have okay, I need to keep the transfusions over here. That rack over there. Okay, what's that? That's transfusion. How many did I have? That's another one. If I put them down here, they're out of the way so they won't get shot at. In theory. Right, so the rest I'm going to stick on that side. Right, so that's firing at long. That's firing at long. That's at short. We'll watch the combat. They may retreat. Let's fight. This is short one now, isn't it? Yeah. And they stayed, which I'm happy about. We'll see how my ships do against them. So I think that will get absolutely wrecked. Sadly, that won't be able to fire on that. That won't be able to fire on that either. So it's kind of crucial that these do well, but they are now all energy and they have no energy defense, so they should be absolutely wrecked in theory. And that didn't take too long at all. Okay. Right. Done. That is down to 0. So let's use the vampire fleet. Not that it really matters. To gorilla. And the arc, very damaged arc, can set up shop. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, well, it says 6 out of 8, but it hasn't updated the last 2 I got. So let's count them up, shall we? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and of course, because we're allies, 8. Right, so I believe I've basically won the game at this point. All I have to do now is end the turn. I'm gonna take a minute out though, I think, just to move ships around just for the sake of it and do my build list in case something goes wrong somehow. Don't think it will, but yeah, I'll take a minute out to do that and then I'll end the turn and hopefully, almost definitely, win the game. So here is the last systems management screen we'll be seeing in this Let's Play, I believe. I didn't spend too much time upgrading things here. I bought some blue cat mold to actually make those system developments. And yeah, wasn't much else I upgraded. Put that arc in though. The FTSE amounts for the Vodyani at this stage look rather impressive. It's not as if I've got in all of the 4th era infrastructure either. I certainly have some techs I could be getting in the 4th era, like there's science down here which I haven't picked up yet, and I think I've got most of the industry there, but yeah, there's a heck of a lot in the tech tree I certainly haven't gotten to yet. But yeah, at this point, that's it basically. I believe I have achieved victory. I guess we'll see coming up any second now. Yeah, you are victorious. Winners of Supremacy Victory. Our alliance has achieved victory. Okay, I believe there is a end game outro. Just letting you know that you are victorious. That's going to play in a second, so I'll be quiet while that plays. Then we'll check out the details of the score screen.
The supremacy of our faith has been revealed. For the old demons have been vanquished forever. We will rise virtual and create a new endless age where we are the gods.
Okay, excellent. You are victorious. The Pacific and Devout Church of the Virtual Saints and its Vodyani caretakers now rule the galaxy. Glory to its hierarch and praise to the endless. So it's a shame that we weren't actually able to complete the main quest for the Vodyani. I did definitely waste some time with the third chapter quest. It was very hard to get that one done. With a bit more experience on it, I could definitely have done it a lot quicker. As yeah, getting the right political party in and at the right time was quite hard to do. The fourth chapter, the last chapter for the Vodyani, is very difficult. Even if I'd done that earlier, the third chapter, it still would have taken a long time to get the tech needed to complete the last chapter. And yeah, time ran out actually. But at the end of the game, I wasn't able to get the core crackers in time, I'm afraid. But if you own the game yourself, you can always play the Vodyani and see what the result is to the main quest. And who knows, maybe I'll play the Vodyani again in future to possibly find out the last details of their main quest and the story involved. But anyway, we are victorious, and there's quite a lot of information to go through here. I definitely want to check out certain things. So we won by supremacy, of course, on endless difficulty, and score-wise, 8th. That seems wrong. I'm pretty sure I was miles ahead at the end. But yeah, Vodyani do well, aren't exactly great when it comes to score. The religious party was in the longest, but by the end I was militarist for quite a while. Max system development, is that true? I was getting in the last one by the end, pretty sure of it. Most powerful hero by the end was level 31. I did 67 explorations. Let's check through all of these details here now. So the one thing I'm definitely interested in is dust, since the Lumaris at some stage were actually close to getting a victory, supposedly. Well, we can actually, well, this is pretty interesting, definitely. You can see that Lumaris, well, I really wrecked them at the end. I really put a stop to their huge dust lead. And it seems that they maybe got imminent at an earlier time than I thought was the case. I thought the dust victory imminent notice would be at 50%. I believe on this map type I needed about 630,000 dust to trigger a dust victory. So maybe they got the imminent we got the imminent notification for their dust victory around 200,000, I'm thinking, maybe 210. I can't remember what turn it was now. We got 1 or 2 ourselves as well, didn't we? You can see that my alliance partner was actually doing pretty well on dust as well, not just ourselves. So I'm not sure if we got 1 for each of us or what, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure we got 2 notifications. If we go to the other things, let's have a look. So yeah, score wise I certainly came up a heck of a lot towards the end. Food isn't something you'd expect the Vodyani to be good at, but we weren't doing too badly. Horatio is doing very well, which isn't a surprise. He gets tons of food bonuses. Industry, which is pretty damn crucial in Ender Space 2. Yeah, I did very well on that. Certainly came up a lot here, getting in the extra modules for the Ark ships and just focusing on military industry techs, I should say, was very crucial in doing well there. I could have switched to other Ark modules like science ones. I definitely considered doing that, and that's something I may have done coming up if I hadn't have won so early. There was a science one in the 4th era, for instance, or maybe even switching to dust modules I would have done if I was going for a dust victory. Science wise, I don't know the difference between science and research. That's something I haven't found out since the Craver Let's Play, but yeah, they both exist there for some reason. Influence, I came up a lot, probably because of infallible authority. The actual, yeah, the one I changed it to initially, percentage one, was nowhere near as much as the one which is per planets, not the hero one, of course. Never used that. Well, I used it for 10 turns and realised how broken it was, and yeah, went back 10 turns, of course, to re-record that bit. Population, I think I was on about 1075 to 85. Population, yeah, supposedly our population was rubbish, but in reality I think our population is really rather good by the end, because this population is probably counting it as well, I think that our max population per arc in one stat was saying it was like 7, but in reality some of our arcs had 35 population, because it was splitting, well, it was timesing it by 5 for each planet. So it's, yeah, a bit weird, the Vodyani's population, and it charges you on the low end for the laws as well, so you really don't need much influence for the Vodyani because of that. And yeah, it's rather strange that you get a lot of influence from the quests actually. So yeah, there's a, for the Academy quest as well, I think that comes in way too late, turn 100, because that's about the time where I'm winning that actually. I think they should bring that forward to at least turn 80, so there's a chance of you actually completing it. Trades, they're actually doing pretty well on trade, weren't they? The Sheridan. Lumeris, I think that's Lumeris down there. Surprisingly, their trade wasn't all that good after all, even though, yeah, they were doing amazing in dust. So that's a big surprise actually. The Endless AI gets about, I think it's 4 times, well, I think their population, they get a bonus 4 for each category of the FIDSI, which is crazy. It's even better than the Vodyani population, who get 4 for everyone apart from influence. So that could be why the dust was so crazy, and they get a dust bonus anyway. Approval, not sure what's going on. Oh, I think yeah, we actually wiped out Lumeris, didn't we, on the last turn, but it didn't show up. Didn't have enough time for it to show. Heat expansion, amount of arcs. So the most expansion anyone did was the Sheridan action, and they seem to have lost a colony here. So yeah, the AI could be doing better, frankly, on that. Definitely. In the next Let's Play I do, I'll definitely be having the Cravers return, but probably be turning off the Dust Victory, I think, because, well, Lumeris were that crazy on Dust even when they didn't have all that amazing trade, so it shows, yeah, it's not quite balanced for the AI, in my opinion. Thin stand. Although it definitely makes things a challenge, you getting, well, rushing over to kill them in time before they achieve it. Right, so heroes miles ahead. Military, this includes the arc strength, so yeah, we were just miles ahead throughout the entire game because of the arc strength, but yeah, there's no way to show what it would have been without the arc strength, sadly. Sheridan actually got a decent military, arguably, towards the end. The United Planets is semi-okay, I guess, but there was no real military threat to us throughout the game, really, in my opinion. So just before I go, I guess I should sum up my opinion on the Vodyani and also let you know what's coming up on the channel. So there's some very divergent opinions when it comes to Vodyani. I've heard some people whose opinions are really respect a lot say that they're the strongest empire within the game currently in Endless Space 2, and also I've heard some people say that they're the weakest empire within Endless Space 2. So trying to figure out which is true is actually pretty difficult. From this Let's Play though, we've definitely seen that they are very competitive when it comes to normal play, single player games. I definitely won in a pretty decent time, I'd say, on that map size against that many opponents. The fidgy amounts were rather good, to say the least, by the end. But they do have their weaknesses. They are probably the most reliant on a decent start. Having said that, I had a pretty awful start, didn't I? So who knows how well I could have done with a good start. If you're not aware of the trick where you change your arcs modules to essence to get those initial arcs, if you don't have a minor race near to you, well, you're gonna probably not do very well with them. There's also the issue with the infallible authority skill. That in its current state is completely and utterly broken if you don't use the balance mod or mod it yourself. I believe up until this patch it's still broken, but yeah, that's set to be changed. I think the developers aren't actually aware that it's broken in that patch from what I've read on the forums. But if you are aware of this mod, and I believe I have mentioned it during the course of the later videos in Let's Play, yeah, this is now currently available and it's fixing that mod, and I used the file from this mod to fix it. And that also decreased the Vox Populi skill as well, which is giving me a ton of production. So there's definitely issues with the Vodyani, I'd say, still, and some of those are actually being fixed in this mod and for the next patch. I think some of their laws are actually being changed so you can use them to get essence straight away. And I believe the developers have even taken feedback, my feedback included, on the forums. In fact, going on the forums now is a very good time to do it, because they're putting in things into this mod and for the next patch that people are suggesting. So if you have suggestions, yeah, check out the game design forums for games together, and yeah, who knows, you could even get your changes into the game if they're pretty good at the moment. But yeah, overall I'd say the Vodyani single player, they're easily competitive. In fact, they could even be very strong compared to the other empires. In multiplayer, that's where maybe they would have issues, because the AI isn't able to take advantage of their arc's weakness. We didn't see them attack an arc once, apart from the pirates, I think, only via invasion, which I was able to thwart. But yeah, they didn't use a proper fleet at all to attack my arcs, and they're actually quite weak on their own in the later part of the game. In fact, in terms of AI, yeah, the AI was pretty disappointing actually in this game. We saw some decent fleets, but they all, without exception, didn't have any movement on them at all. And that's a massive flaw. I mean, they couldn't even by accident really achieve anything if they don't have any movement. You kind of need to have enough movement just to get through the warplanes in a turn, and with like 4 movement, 5 movement, that's not even possible. So you can avoid the fleets quite easily, and I was using fleets of 20 movement, 30 movement at times, and with seekers on top to get around the map and take places quickly. I mean, even if the AIs had put up decent fleet strength in places, they wouldn't have been able to catch me, and I could have grouped up and taken them on. So it's a big area where the AI is weak at the moment. In terms of multiplayer with the Vodyani, I would say that early game, when the arcs are incredibly strong, you could probably wreck another human player's chances by using a second arc to go and sit on their colony straight away. So that's kind of unfair, arguably. But later game, they would be very vulnerable to yeah, their arcs being weak to decent fleets. So yeah, maybe some balance is needed there. But the thing is, with the shipbound Vodyani, yeah, they're so different to everyone else. It's kind of it's going to be incredibly difficult to actually balance them properly. One way they can maybe do it is make arcs that are anchored immune to ship combat. You could only use ground evasion against them, and maybe they could lower the combat strength, so the arcs wouldn't be so powerful early game. But if you start doing things like that, maybe they would just be changed completely. So yeah, this issues with doing that, definitely. So at this point I should actually mention what you can expect to see coming up on the channel as well. I don't actually know when I'm planning on covering Endless Space 2 next. I've covered a heck of a lot of it recently, before and since its release. I may actually wait until the next big patch comes out before covering it again, or perhaps I use this balance mod to actually do Let's Plays with, or perhaps even start on doing guides. Perhaps I could even do a video on the balance mod to let you know all about it and how you go about getting it. It's on Steam Workshop, I believe I've mentioned that in a recent video. But yeah, that's something I could do, or perhaps I could go back to other staples for the channel, other 4X space-based content like Galactic Civilizations 3 or Stellaris. Sadly at the moment though, it's the middle of summer and no new games are really coming out at all, not even patches or DLC sadly, so it's a bit of a dry period sadly, and I'm really having problems trying to figure out what I should cover and what I think that people would like to see. So any feedback on that would be great for the comments. I may well do a channel update video soon, so you can, if I do that, then you can let me know there as well. Perhaps I'll even do a straw poll letting you choose between content that you'd like to see. So yeah, that could well be coming up on a channel. If you want to be aware of when content comes out on a channel though, please subscribe. That's the best way to keep updated. Or follow me on Twitter, or perhaps even become a patron of mine by checking out my Patreon page. In terms of subscribing as well, make sure you click on the bell icon. That gives you notifications. So you'll yeah, that will make it a lot easier to know when content is coming out. I should mention a bit more about Patreon as well, because it's a bit of a crappy period where things are a bit quiet when games aren't coming out or DLC. I could really do with more help on Patreon, particularly at the moment. So if you are a patron already, I really appreciate your support, and if you are thinking of becoming a patron of mine, then that would be great as well. I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. There's going to be plenty more Endless Space 2 content coming on the channel. I just don't know when exactly. It could be the next thing I do. It might be yeah, a bit longer when the next patch comes out, but we'll see. Yeah, feedback would give me an idea of what I should be doing though. So like I mentioned, if you want to give feedback, that would be great. Right, that's it then for this video and this Let's Play. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.